Our heroes make it to Takodana to see if Poe's friend can help him. And as they're pulling in, Rey is mesmerized by all the green and water on the planet. All she can remember is desert wastelands. I really like this part in the original movie. Good job, JJ. They park their Imperial transport in the forest outside the castle. Poe reminds his friends that there's a lot of unsavory characters in this establishment, and they may need to keep a low profile. And the second they walk in, Maz Kanata yells Poe's name, drawing all eyes on them. Poe trusts Maz, so he tells her about the Imperial transport they stole, and how they need to ditch it and get a ride off this planet. Maz tells Poe that she's got the perfect person for the job, and she points to a dark corner where a familiar face is hiding out. Poe can't believe he's seeing General Han Solo in the flesh. And after some convincing, Solo agrees to have a chat with our heroes. Poe asks Solo why he's so far out in the Outer Rim and not at home with his family. Solo explains that his son, Ben Solo, was at Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy when the dark side spell took over. Ben and the other Jedi disappeared, and Han took it upon himself to go find his son, and he promised Leia that he wouldn't come back without his son Ben. In this story, Han Solo doesn't disappear to become a dirtbag, and he and Leia are very much in love and married. Han Solo explains that all the leads he's found lead to a man named Kylo Ren. He'd love to help them, but he can't go back to Leia when he's this close to finding his son. And for the record, we're not doing this. Maz being in the possession of Luke and Anakin's lightsaber makes no sense. That's why they never explained it in the movies. And this is where the Empire catches up with our heroes. The TIE fighters blow up Maz's castle, while the stormtroopers storm in. Solo hands Rey a blaster, saying her staff won't be much use here. And Rey immediately uses that blaster to expertly take down many stormtroopers. Solo's very impressed with Rey's marksmanship and asks where she learned to shoot. And Rey replies she doesn't know. She can't remember ever using a blaster before. We're keeping the traitor stormtrooper. He'll be the same trooper that Finn confided in right before he freed Poe. That'll give it some emotional weight, rather than it being some random trooper. And oh yeah, since we don't have Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, Finn will be using the same staff that the trooper's using. And he'll win this fight. Then Kylo Ren's ship lands, and he begins searching the battlefield for what he's looking for. And BB-8 takes off running as soon as he sees Kylo Ren. Rey sees that BB-8's in trouble and goes to help. Kylo Ren catches up to BB-8 and grabs him in the Force. Kylo tells BB-8 that he knows BB-8 has the coordinates to Luke Skywalker. Poe Dameron had told Kylo everything he knew when Kylo was torturing Poe at the beginning of the movie. Rey shows up and tells Kylo Ren to let BB-8 go. And Kylo turns and says, "Ah, there's the missing Ren." Kylo says, "Why use a blaster It's not going to do anything. Why not use her staff? Rey asks, what good is a staff versus a lightsaber? And Kylo replies, I think you know that that's more than just a staff. And with that suggestion, Rey finds the buttons to ignite her double-bladed lightsaber. It's as if her fingers always knew where the buttons were. Rey and Kylo clash, with Kylo remarking that he's always been able to beat Rey, as if they know each other. He also remarks that Snoke will be pleased that he found the final Ren. Confused and distracted, Rey is easily disarmed, and Kylo uses the Force to knock her out. Kylo picks Rey up and tells his stormtroopers to get the BB-8 unit. Finn and Han Solo witness Kylo Ren boarding his ship with Rey and BB-8 as his captives. Finn's not gonna scream Rey like a crazy person. I just included this picture because I find it hilarious. And just when it looks like our heroes aren't going to make it out alive, in flies Chewbacca with the Millennium Falcon and starts blasting everything in sight. Chewbacca lands the Millennium Falcon, and Han Solo, Poe, Finn, and Maz Kanata all get on board. Yes, we're taking Maz Kanata with us. Why waste the character? The Falcon speeds off and escapes into the atmosphere. Finn and Poe demand Han Solo help them in rescuing BB-8 and Rey and finding Luke. Poe says he's got a tracker on BB-8 and he can find wherever Kylo Ren has taken BB-8. Han Solo says, of course I'm going to help. Kylo Ren is the only clue he has to the whereabouts of his son,